Good morning, students. This is Dr. Mukesh Srivastav. Today, we'll cover the methods and movement of the workplace. Getting that is basically the principle of motion economy, how we use our hand, how we use our workplace, how we use the tools and equipment, or what should be the design of the tools and equipment within the workplace or the workstation. Getting the first thing, there are the basically three principles in principle of motion economy. First is how we use our human body, how the arrangement of the workplace we need to do so that we can do our work, our task, we can perform our task with minimum effort, uh, minimum fatigue. Getting that is basically the human fatigue is the common measure of a human nature. Getting human person. Okay, and the third is how the design of the tools and equipment should be there. So we'll start from one by one. First is the how to use the human body. Getting when we when we say what is the principle of motion economy, how to use the human body, there are some principles we need to adopt in the situation. First, the two hands should begin and complete their movement at the same time. Getting now how we are using our hands, this is very important. That means the motion of the hand should be same, and that motion, that movement should begin and complete at the same time. Getting this is the first principle. Second, the two hands should not be idle at the same time. That means when we are handling any tools and equipment or the workstation, or we are switching on the machine, the two hands should not be idle at the same time. And third is motion of the arm should be symmetrical and in opposite direction should be made simultaneously. Getting we need to make the simultaneous motion of the hands in the opposite direction but in the symmetrical motion. Getting it should reduce the fatigue, that should reduce the effort of the person who are working on some workstation. Fourth is hand and body motion should be made at the lowest classification at which it is possible to do the work satisfactorily. Getting the lowest classification, what should be the lowest classification? In the next slide, I'm going to share with you all what are the classification of hand motion. First is when I say knuckle motion, what is this pivot? Pivot is knuckle motion. That means if I'm saying I'm doing the knuckle motion, that means it's a finger motion only. Second is the wrist motion. Wrist motion involves hand and the finger. Getting this is called wrist motion. When we are saying elbow motion, that means we are using our forearm, we are using our hand and the finger. Getting the three things will cover and come into this elbow motion. And the shoulder motion is upper arm, forearm, hand and finger. When we are using our shoulder, that means we are using all four of these substitute of our hand. And final is the trunk motion, that is we use our torso. That means our the shoulder portion, the upper shoulder portion, that is called torso. Torso means the trunk motion means the torso, the upper hand, the forearm and hand and the finger, all are the parts of the body we are using at the simultaneously in the simultaneous motion. That means when we are working on a machine, we need to do these type of pivot motions. I should do knuckle, I should do wrist motion, elbow motion, shoulder, trunk. We should be used all these motion, these pivot motion in simultaneous nature. Momentum should be employed to help the worker, but should be reduced to a minimum wherever it is overcome by a muscular effort. Getting the momentum should be employed of the worker. The momentum should be so that we can minimize the muscular effort. Means we need not to use our muscular effort in muscular force to do a machine, do a specific task or activity. We use the momentum so that we can reduce the effort level of the body. Getting continuous curved motion are to be preferred to a right straight line motion. Yes, the curved motions are basically give a sharp direction, the sudden changes in the direction, and it reduces the muscular effort of the body. Ballistic free swinging motions are faster, easier, and more accurate than restricted or controlled motion. Getting ballistic means or free swinging motion means when we are doing some work on a machine or switching on the machine or using some thread on the machine or stitching something. Getting so these are the different activity and task where we can use the ballistic or free swinging motions. Getting it, these free swinging motions make they are basically faster, means increase the productivity, and these are easier and more accurate than the restricted motions. Rhythm is basically is essential to the smooth and automatic performance of the repetitive motion. Means if we are using some repetitive operation or task, that means we need to make a rhythm of that particular activity. These rhythm is basically used for making smooth and automatic performance. Getting, and it also reduces the easy and natural motion of the body. Getting, work should be arranged so that eye movement are conformed to comfortable area without the need for frequent changes of the focus. That means whatever the activity or task we are doing, like if we are picking up some equipment or tool from somewhere and putting that equipment at some place, or maybe possible in some workstation we are picking up some product and putting that product in some specific machine. That means we are doing some repetitive motion. Getting, those should be used with the eye contacts. Means if we are making a eye contact to that particular movement, that will make a faster and easier motion, and that can help you making any kind of frequent changes which is coming in between. Now these were the before we are talking about the human body. Getting, the motions, the principle of motion economy related to the human body. Now I'm going to next is how to arrange the workplace, how to make the arrange place. Definite, first point is definite and fixed position stations should be provided for all tools and materials to permit habit formation. Getting, like if you are in your house and if lights gone, what's happened in that particular situation? You know where is your bed, you know where is your table, where are the different equipment, or means pen, pencil, copy. These are the different equipment you put. Getting, so you can put those in that dark also. Getting, so that is basically happened in this workstations as well. We need to make a fixed positions of the equipment and tools and the material, so that it makes our habit to put and pick that material from that specific place. Getting, so this is called this is basically helps us to use to fill that particular thing in our subconscious mind. Tool and material should be pre-positioned to reduce searching. Obviously when we make these fixed positions, that also help us in searching for the material and help us to reduce the situation of searching that particular material or tool. Getting, so this also helps your increasing your productivity. Gravity feed bins container should be used to deliver the material as to close the point of the as the possible. That means near to your workstation or the activity and task position, you need to have the gravity feed bins and the containers, so that you can deliver the material from one place to another place in lesser effort and with lesser contact. Tools, material, and control should be located within maximum working area and as to near the working as possible. Now there are two things related to the working area. One is normal working area, another is maximum working area. Getting, now need to understand what is this. You're seeing the first chart where we are doing the normal working area, where we are using only finger, wrist, and elbow. That means the hand will be utilized, the wrist will be utilized, and the finger will be utilized. What will be the convenient motion? One convenient motion is you are seeing the operator sitting edge of the bench, and he or she is using the movement of the finger, wrist, and elbow. Getting, this is called normal working area. But what is the maximum working area? If we are sitting on the operator seat and using our whole torso and the shoulder movement. Getting that means we increase the area of workstation of working on that particular machine. Getting this is called maximum working area. So when we are using only elbow, wrist and finger, that is our normal working area. And we are if we are using our shoulder, our forearm, our upper hand and the finger, wrist and elbow, all the things at a time, that means that will cover the maximum working area. So we were saying that tools and materials and controls should be located within the maximum working area. That means जो भी tools equipment आप रख रहे हैं, that should be within your maximum working area. आपसे ज़्यादा दूर नहीं होने चाहिए, so that you can pick that material, pick that tools or equipment or the control, and to increase the productivity and to increase the efficiency of that while working on that machine. These are some dimensions of seated task. What should be the dimension? If we say seat height, it should be adjustable. Getting it should be range from 30 to 45. 30 to 45 inches means height की बात कर रहे हैं. Oh sorry, centimeters की बात कर रहे हैं. So it means this should be this height. Work surface height means on that particular work surface we are working on that what should be the height of that should be 65 to 72 centimeters. Leg clearance, that means when you sit on a specific seat, leg clearance should be 40 centimeter at knee level and 60 centimeter for the feet, means अंदर की तरफ कितना foot space बन रहा है आपका. Thigh clearance means you need to have a such type of seats so that you can make a thigh clearance comfortably. That should be इनमें लिखा हुआ है 20 centimeters minimum. And work surface thickness means there should be 5 centimeter maximum work surface thickness should be there. Now materials and tools should be arranged to permit the best sequence of the motion. You know, when you are working on a machine, you are working for manufacturing of some particular product, you know what material, what tool will be utilized first and what material, what should be utilized second. That means you need to make a sequence. So the materials and the tool should be put in the sequence so that you can use accordingly. Drop deliveries and ejectors should be used wherever possible so that operators do not have to use his or her hands to dispose of the finished work. Means wherever you need the material, that particular ejectors or the bins or the materials should be dropped. So that should be nearer to the workstation so that you can dispose the finished product in the lesser time. Getting? Provision should be made for adequate lighting and a chair of the type of height to permit good posture should be provided. The height of the workplace and the seat should be arranged to allow alternate standing and sitting. Obviously, it totally depends upon the fatigue. It totally depends upon the comfort and the effort level you are going to make on the workplace. So height and the length of that particular workplace and what should be the adequate lighting should be there so that you can see clearly the machine, the operations, the different things you are doing on that machine, and the good posture. What is the good posture according to you should be provided to. Getting? So you need to make all the arrangements accordingly. The color of the workplace should be contrast with that of the work, thus reduce the eye fatigue. Obviously, there are different colors to increase the eye fatigue. Getting? To reduce this eye fatigue, the workplace color should be contrast so that you can reduce your eye fatigue. Third and the most important is design of tools and equipment. How you are using your tools and equipment and what should be the design of those tools and equipment. The hand should be relieved of all the work of holding the workpiece where this can be done by a zig, fixture or foot operated device. Obviously, our hand should be idle to operate that machine. The foot is idle, so we need to have the machinery such that we can use the operations using our feet, and the fixture and the jig can be utilized on on a workpiece so that holding should be reduced, and that can increase your efficiency, and your hand is free, so you can use your hand in other works as well. two or more tools should be combined wherever possible. Obviously, if we are using two tools for one operation, always try to design a tool or equipment such that you can use a combined tool for that particular operation, where each finger performs some specific movement. As in typewriting, obviously, you know, in typewriting there are different letters who are on different fingers. The load are different on the different, those the load should be distributed in accordance with the inherent capacity of the fingers, like we do in typewriting. Getting? So it can be done in any kind of workplace. Handles such as those on cranks and large screwdrivers should be so designed that much surface of the hand as possible can come in contact with the handle. Obviously, जितना लंबा हैंडल होगा उतने अच्छे से आप सरफेस को पकड़ पाएंगे, आपका हैंड उतनी ग्रिप आपकी उतनी अच्छी होगी, एंड दैट विल हेल्प यू इंक्रीज योर वर्क efficiency and the productivity and reduce your effort level. This is especially necessary when considerably force has to be used on the handle. Levers, crossbars, and hand wheels should be so placed that operator can use them with the least change in the body position and the largest mechanical advantage. जो भी लीवर्स या क्रॉस बार्स या हैंड व्हील्स होते हैं उनको इस तरीके से लगाना चाहिए या इस तरीके से डिजाइन करना चाहिए that there should not be any body changes in the body position, but you can use that within that particular limited effort, and that can increase your productivity and efficiency, and you can use the largest mechanical advantage. Getting? So this should be designed as well. So these were the principle of motion economy. I am restricting to today with this particular topic. Getting? Next thing will be discussed in the next slide or in the next video lecture. Thank you.